And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. Okay, let's get that. Let's get this show on the road. On the road again. Da, 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 da. So what happened there? Well, so it changed up on me. It shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. I got it under control. We can, we can take care of that. I don't know why it changed, but it did. See, you cannot trust computers. Okay, just can't.
Hello there.
Yeah. Let me see here now. Where's this at right here? Where is that at right there? Okay. You just cannot trust computers. Okay? Sigma-jigger right here. Okay, orientation. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Okay. I don't know why each one of them. I don't know why it changes all the time, but it does. Okay. Grateful heart. Good morning. With such okay. Now, okay, so that's working. That's working. So we're good. Whew. I think my computer needs a rest sometimes. Thank you, Lord, for every breath. Anyway, I find you well. I'm in Decisions 2.0. You know how we call it? We call it that because everything we do requires us to make a decision. And even if we decide not to make one, guess what? We just made one. So you can't get around it. You can't get below it. You can't go under it. Sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Anyway, so good morning to you. Now it is time for our daily bread this morning. It's a Tuesday morning. It's time to rise and shine. It's a great day to be on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. And remember, it is not the falling that gives you strength. It is the getting up every time you do. So let's take a break, and our daily bread's up next. A word from on high, something that will change your perspective. I'll give you a new one. But either way, it is good for the soul. My mama said that nothing meets a failure but a try. Don't give up. All you got to do is put one foot in front of the other, and life will continue. Never, ever give up. Martin Luther King said, you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. Whatever you do, keep moving. I think I agree with that. So we're right back next up. It is our daily bread, a word from on high. And then we'll come back and we got to salute to our services. Oh yeah, PT's today too. We got to do PT today. That's what we got to do. So hang loose. And we shall be back. Uno momento. Uno dos tres cuatro momento. I'm taking Spanish. What can I tell you? I'm taking Spanish, okay? Again, next up, our daily bread. Back.
Hello there, and welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled Only Trust, was written by Arthur Jackson. 300 children were dressed and seated for breakfast, and a prayer of thanks was offered for the food. But there was no food. Situations like this were not unusual for orphanage director and missionary George Mueller. Here was yet another opportunity to see how God would provide. Within minutes of Mueller's prayer, a baker who couldn't sleep the night before showed up at the door. Sensing that the orphanage could use the bread, he had made 3 batches. Not long afterward, the town milkman appeared. His cart had broken down in front of the orphanage. Not wanting the milk to spoil, he offered it to Mueller. It's normal to experience bouts of worry, anxiety, and self-pity when we lack resources essential to our well-being: food, shelter, health, finances, friendships. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 8 through 16 reminds us that God's help can come through unexpected sources like a needy widow, saying, "I don't have any bread, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little olive oil in a jug." Earlier, it was a raven that provided for Elijah. Concerns for our needs to be met can send us searching in many directions. A clear vision of God as the provider who has promised to supply our needs can be liberating. Before we seek solutions, may we be careful to seek Him first. Doing so can save us time, energy, and frustration. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 8 through 16. Then the word of the Lord came to him, "Go at once to Zarephath in the region of Sidon, and stay there. I have directed a widow there to supply you with food." So he went to Zarephath. When he came to the town gate, a widow was there gathering sticks. He called to her and asked, "Would you bring me a little water in a jar so I may have a drink?" As she was going to get it, he called, "And bring me, please, a piece of bread." "As surely as the Lord your God lives," she replied, "I don't have any bread, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little olive oil in a jug. I am gathering a few sticks to take home and make a meal for myself and my son, that we may eat it and die." Elijah said to her, "Don't be afraid. Go home and do as you have said. But first make a small loaf of bread for me from what you have and bring it to me. And then make something for yourself and your son. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says: the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day the Lord sends rain on the land." She went away and did as Elijah had told her. So there was food every day for Elijah and for the woman and her family. For the jar of flour was not used up, and the jug of oil did not run dry, in keeping with the word of the Lord spoken by Elijah. Now, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, before we even ask, you know our every need. Teach us, O Lord, to run our anchors deep into your holy word and trust you and watch you work. And may we learn to endure and develop the strength and patience through the difficult issues in our lives. And it's in Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries. Hello there.
What we do PT first thing in the morning because we have to do it because we got to stay in shape. And you may think you're in shape, but not really. Okay, so let's get the moving on this. Okay, we're wasting daylight. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, me too. I got to do it. Okay, I'm going to get the first sergeant out here. Tell him it's time to run.
That's what you say. Hard work, earn my pay. Hard work, do it every day. Get up out of 2:45. Let it go and earn my pay. Put my boots on and lace them up. I got another day's of work. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, I earn my pay. I got no rough, move on now. Got to go make the call. Banging on the doors in the morning. Get up and let's go to work. Hard work, you pack up the shoes. Hard work, you load them up. Hard work, manifest. Hard work, you gotta do it right. Hard work, here we go. With the sun, I'm ready to rock. Hard work, I'm earning my pay. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, we can win on out. Gotta go and do the job.
He quit. They quit.
Airplane, in the early morning rain. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, let me hear my pay. Hard work, turn it up. Hard work, fire up. Everybody,
We're doing this for Z today.
gotta sit 'em on down. Hard work, the engines are on. Hard work, the missions go. Hard work, that's what you say. Hard work, I do it for play. Hard work, earn my pay. Hard work, hard work.
Okay, that's enough PT for today. I'm wore out. Okay, but next up, we pay homage to our armed forces of these United States of America because freedom is not free. Ronald Reagan once said that it is only one generation away from being lost. So every generation must do its darndest, do its best to make sure we got some freedom. And of course, the worst thing you can do is let the Democrats run America, and then we'll be, like Ronald Reagan said, we'll be slaves again. But we don't leave that alone. Woo, this PT is tough for first thing in the morning. But now, let us pay homage to our armed forces of the United States of America.
Over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. In and out, hear them shout, counter marching all about, and those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high, in the field artillery,
And last but certainly not least, call them devil dog. They call them a lot of things, actually. But this morning, we're going to call them what they are. United States Marines. Simple fidelity, which means always, not sometimes, but always faithful. The Army, we don't really have a motto. Alrighty then. Well, Z's party is headed to Fort Leonard Wood, and I'm not. It's a long story, but that's okay. I'll see when it gets done. Yeah. Okay. So I don't like getting on freeways for long rides, and I don't like airplanes anymore either. I just don't like them. Yeah. I mean, airplanes did not bother me until after I got out of the military. I mean, because when you get on an airplane, you see, you have to land with it, and you have to sort of take the long ride with it. And I'm saying to myself, well, now listen, I don't mind taking one shot at this, but two shots, I don't know. So when you stop jumping, you gotta take two rides with it. You gotta ride up and you gotta ride down. And I didn't like to ride down. I mean, see, once if you're a trooper, if you're a jumper, you just got to get on the airplane, bam, hopefully it gets up in the air. And what happens after that is up to the pilot, because I'm out the door, baby. I'm out the door. Yes, I trusted parachutes more than I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, more than I did airplanes. I don't know why, but it was what it was. Maybe it's just the adventurous guy in me. I don't know. But anyway, Z, mama and his aunt and uncle headed down there to watch him graduate. Me personally, it's a 3-day event, and I'm out here looking for a job, so I don't have time to sit down there waiting for a 3 day. I mean, really, I remember when I graduated basic training. I don't remember when I graduated basic training, but I just know I don't remember what we did. As a matter of fact, it was a long time ago. But I know they didn't make no whole to do about it. See, I took basic training twice. I took basic training at Fort Dix, New Jersey, because when I first joined, I was lost and didn't know what the hell to do. So I went down to the thing. They sent me to Fort Dix, New Jersey. Well, it was in the wintertime. And I got down there. I never told this story too much. Okay. I got down there, and after about 30 days, they looked in my eyes and they said, "You have something wrong with your eyes," which I did. I had one eye going left, one eye going right. And, so finally they said, "Well, now, do you want to go home?" I said, "Oh, yes, I want to go home." I said, "Yes, let me out of here." And they sent me home. Well, about 18 months later, I figured that was the worst mistake I ever made in life. Well, why did I leave? They were feeding me. I got all the milk I can handle. I was good. But no, I said, they gave me an opportunity to get out of there, and I left. I said, okay, then 30 days. I was a 30-day veteran. And so about a year and a half later, after getting many waivers from the military, I joined the Army National Guard in Calhoun, Georgia. And I don't remember what I was. I think I was a 64 Charlie. Yeah, that's what I was. I was a transportation guy. I went to Fort Leonard Wood, as a matter of fact, that was 48 years ago. I went to Fort Leonard Wood to learn how to drive trucks. Yeah, I still don't drive that good, but they did let me. But when you drive in a 5-ton truck, don't worry about nothing. The worst thing you can do is mess up somebody's stuff. They certainly can't mess with you. so I did that. And so then once I went through basic training again, finished it this time, then I went down there and said, well, I'll go back on active duty now. And I said, okay. So and they let me in, even though my eye was still kind of messed up there, but they let me. I guess they needed people back in the 70s. So anyway, I did that, and then I left there and I went back to Calhoun, Georgia, a place not that far from Rome, Georgia, where I was staying at. And life was good. I mean, I was feeling good. National Guard 1 day a weekend, but I got tired of the 1 day a weekend thing. You know, I got tired. I was in the National Guard for about a year. I got tired. Although that's when they told me that if they called us out and people spit on us, we had to sit there and take it. I said, really? Yeah, you did. You got to sit there and take it. You got to sit there and take it. You just, unlike the police who feel like they got to knock the hell out you sometimes. But whoa. Let me get to this right quick. So yesterday I'm talking to a Montgomery law officer. Because see, I'm watching too much of YouTube, right? I'm watching too much of YouTube and people thinking they don't have to get out their car. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you do. If the police say step out the car, you got to get out the car. Now, unless you feel your life is in danger and you're willing to do with the consequences of not getting out, then so be it. But it is a lawful order to get out your car. Whatever we do, let's not get our legal advice from YouTube. Okay, let's not do it. It's the wrong place to get legal advice is on YouTube. Because see, I was already. If the police stop me, the first thing I'm gonna say, "What you stop me for? Why did you stop me? Huh? No, I need to know why you stopped me. Now I don't hear nothing else but why you stopped me, Mr. Officer." See, I'm thinking I'm right, right? I'm thinking that they have to tell me why they stopped me. Oh yeah, and this thing about if you're a passenger in the car, you don't have to say anything. Okay, that's not true either. Okay, that's not true. You're in the vehicle, you are a passenger, and you are on the highway. Okay. When you get a driver's license, okay, it is a privilege to drive. From what I was told yesterday, it is a privilege to drive on the freeway. It is not a right. Now you do have a right to travel constitutionally, but you can walk. You don't have to. You don't have to get in the car. So anyway, don't take your legal advice from YouTube. Okay, that's a good way to go to jail that day. Okay, I'm just telling you, you don't want to do that. Okay? You don't want to take legal advice from you don't want to do that. See, because I was all ready for my first encounter with the police, and I was ready to go out there and say, no, I ain't getting out the car. Why I gotta get out the car for? You know, so, I mean, I had my whole spiel, my whole speech ready to go. Right? I was okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna go no place, and then I was gonna say, bring your supervisor. Okay, but after talking to this law enforcement officer the other day, I decided to change my MO, my modus operandi. See, so if the police stop me just to keep from getting an ass whooping, I'm gonna make sure that I just get out the car. Excuse my language on that one, because normally I don't say anything like that, but I had said that for a reason. Okay, so to keep from getting the butt whooping, I'm going to just do what the police say at that moment, because you'll never win on the side of the road with the police. You cannot win that fight. It's not going. And the police can't afford to lose that fight. Okay, we can't afford. Now I actually have a couple guests coming today via the studio thing. If they show up, they do. If they don't, they don't. Now one guy, he's a liberal. I mean, he's a real lib, and I want to see if he can actually use logic and reason and get me on his side on any issue. Okay, because but that's around 8 o'clock, 8:10, something like this. Now also I got somebody calling from Lowndes County who want they are part of our Hope Inspired Ministry. I'm on the board for Hope Inspired Ministries, and it's an organization to help people get a job. If you help you get a job, help you straighten your life out, but the first person who got to want to do that is you. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. John Bowman's going to come on at some point in time, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Hope Inspired Ministry. It is a fantastic organization. If you know somebody out there that's having a tough time and can't seem to get it together, even though they're 43 and they're sitting at home still, well, that's what we do. We assist you in doing things to get your life back together. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But it's called Hope Inspired Ministry. They're located, I think, 135 Coliseum Boulevard, and what they do a wonderful job of helping people get back on their feet. And there's no age limit. I think you got to be at least 18. I think. I mean, if listen, you can't be all messed up. I mean, you're only 18. You can't be too messed up until then. But there are some people who go through things that we don't know about. So we'll talk to them later. In the point in the show. Well, probably not today, but some other day. Okay. So anyway, going back to this, and if you want to, hey, David Graham from Veterans Wellness Center is joining us this morning. David, just let me know, and I'll send you some if you want to come on for a couple minutes and talk about. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put. I think I sent you a link one day, but I think I'm going to put this link out here on my Facebook page. So all you got to do is just go to it and click on it with your phone, and you can come right on in, because I think you're supposed to be here yesterday, as a matter of fact. But let me see if I can find my link thing here. My link. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, click that right there. Copy that right there. And David is the proprietor of Veterans Wellness Center, and it is a place where veterans can get some help medically. Not just veterans, though, but everybody. But they specialize in veterans because it is a veterans go through a lot of things. Their bodies get contorted and all kind of things. They got to carry all kind of things. Yesterday, I'm looking at somebody with at least 80 pounds on them. I mean, you know what it's like to be 5'6¾" and have to walk around with 80 extra pounds on you? Yeah, it ain't fun. Okay. But as long as you're young, that's okay. That's okay. But it's not very fun at all. But you do what you have to do. You just got to do it. You just do what you have to do. I mean, that's just the way they roll. So good morning to you. Hope everything's okay. Okay. So, what we learned so far today is that you do not take your legal advice, okay, from YouTube. Okay, it is a way to it's a way to go to jail real quick. So don't do it, okay? Because I almost did that, right? But yesterday I talked to the police, and they told me, yeah, if we ask you to get out the car, you have to get out the car. Okay, so let's not be an idiot about it. Just get out the car, and life is good. So I learned that the hard way. So I'm not going to fight with the police at all about getting out the car anymore like that. I'm just going to get out the car, and I won't tell them bring your supervisor, because that's just somebody else to come whoop on your head. So we're not going to say that. We're just going to leave that all alone. And so do not. I'm just telling you, do not take your legal advice from YouTube. Okay, I almost got myself beat up the other day because I was finna get smart with the police, saying, "Yeah, you can't do that to me, no way." Okay, that's not true. So don't do that. Okay, if the police say get out the car, get out the car. Okay. Hey, David. There's if you go to my Facebook page, there's a big old blue a blue sign that says StreamYard on it. Click on that if you want to come on and say a couple words. That's fine. Anybody who wants to come on and say a couple words on air, that's fine with me also. That's why it's out there, okay? I can actually have 10 people on at the same time. Not that I need 10 people. I'm going to save that feature for my for our town hall meetings, okay? Yeah, we got town hall meetings, yeah. Yeah, we can do that. And everybody could be at home enjoying the town hall meeting rather than have to go someplace. Okay. As a matter of fact, the city council, and they still haven't fixed that. They still haven't fixed that. They still haven't fixed that situation where we go to city council and we are relegated to last. We really are. We're relegated to last. We don't warrant talking first to the people that we pay. They make us last. Okay. They make us last. I think there's something wrong with that problem right there. I think that's something wrong. But that's okay. That's not my call. That's their call. In Prattville, they let the people speak first, get them out the way, and then they get on with the people's business. Montgomery said, make them last, because most of them don't know what they're talking about, which may be true. But that's because you guys have not done a great job of explaining things to us. That's all. Okay. So I'm just saying, I don't think that's a very good thing to do. But I've been trying to get them to change that for years, and they're not paying me much attention anyway. So I just think we got a problem there. Okay, we got a problem there. Okay, we got a problem. We need to make the people who pay the bills, you know, the people that pay the bills, they should get a chance to go first. They shouldn't have to be relegated to the end of the show, to the end of the city council meeting, and then they'll say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, you come up here. Now you've been there 2 hours already, and now you're tired. You got to go. You probably just got off work to get down there, and now so okay, guys. So what we need to do, okay, what we need to do is raise enough hell down there so you, okay, become the priority at the city council meetings. Okay. So now if y'all want to do this with me, okay. As a matter of fact, we got a city council meeting today, so it's too late to do it. But I'm going to tell you what's on that agenda sometime before the show is out in the next hour. We're going to tell you what's happening down at city council meetings. So see if you even want to go to it. I find them quite boring, to tell you the truth. And I know they do important things, but they don't. I don't think we're necessarily the priority of that that meeting, which is okay. I mean, they don't really owe me anything. Secondarily, you can call us on the phone. Right? Somebody give me a combo check here just to make sure that my phone. I always got to make sure it's working, because sometimes I get up and I just can't. Some reason some things don't work. Okay. All right. What's in the weather today? Well, the weather's going to be hot, like it always is most of the time around here, because this is the South. But I rather live here than Honolulu, because that's where that's where I came here from. And I rather here. It's not bad living here. Anyway, it's a 5% chance of precipitation today. Mostly sunny, continued high around 95 or 96 degrees. Winds east northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, I've never stood out there and worried about which way the wind was coming. All I want to do was feel something. So I don't know. I guess if you're a pilot or you're an airplane guy, or you're on a balloon, I guess it matters. Tonight, and it's the 19th day of August, 24% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, low around 74 degrees, winds light and variable. On tomorrow, that means tomorrow, 24% chance of precipitation, intervals of clouds and sunshine mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible, high 94 degrees. But today, we only got a 5% chance of rain, so chances are it probably won't rain anyway, so you'll be okay. Okay, but we can't never complain about rain. Now, what's in the almanac says the highest temperature they have ever recorded on this day, August the 19th, is 103 degrees. The lowest temperature was 63 degrees. I don't know what year it was, but that's what the almanac says. Okay. What is the pollen count and all that stuff? I don't really know what pollen count means anyway, but evidently it's high. Ragweed pollen. I don't know what ragweed is anyway. It sounds like something you wear. Precipitation. Don't even worry about it. Told you that already. The air quality, it's good. Okay, because this is not Los Angeles, so we good. And the UV index is high, around 10. So that's your weather for today. And if you need to know more, well, call WSFA. But this is where I get this stuff from anyway. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope everything is doing well for you guys today. All right. I'm just having a great time here. Okay, but remember what we told you. Okay, remember what we told you. We do not want. Okay, have we had another shooting? I wonder where this was. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, Montgomery Public School wants retired educators to mentor, champion new teachers. There's nothing wrong with that. But you see, the problem with that is that old teachers were able to control their classroom, where the new teachers not necessarily have the same authority. So all that mentoring don't mean nothing. Okay, don't mean a thing. And one more thing, there really is a gang issue in Montgomery. Now, for years I've been saying, not really. I mean, it's not like Chicago or St. Louis or Memphis, but there really is an issue with gangs around here, and is that our fault? I mean, is that our fault? Is that grown people's fault that we have this issue with gangs? I mean, 'cause I want to know: do we give them enough to do? Do we give them the opportunity to do things? I've often said what the city needs is a gym, is a gym financed by the city, a recreation center financed by the city, rather than have all these, uh, what do you call these things they got around here? These little centers they got around. Which rather than do that, put our money and give a free bus ride to go to the center. Okay, let them. I mean, do is it our fault that we have the gang problem? When I say our fault, I mean grown folks' fault. Is it our fault? Because kids are just like grown people. You don't give them something to do, then they are going to get in all kinds of mischief. Is it our fault? I think we got a little bit of responsibility in this. Um, whether it's the do-gooder libs who who believe you shouldn't spank them, or you believe you shouldn't discipline them, or I don't know whose fault it is, but it's grown people's fault. Kids don't wake up in the morning and say, "I'm going to be a bad kid." They don't do that. They don't wake up in the morning. They don't say, "I'm going to be a bad kid." They wait for guidance, and if that guidance doesn't come, then they're going to guide themselves. And you know what? The blind leading the blind will never be good for society. Okay. And here's another thing. Now, no one has answered this question for me after all these years being on the airwaves, podcast, whatever. Nobody's ever answered this question. Why do we charge people to go to school, higher education, and take up things like psychology, sociology? Now, sociology, I thought, was the study of our society and culture. Now, I could be wrong. Is there anybody else out there that can tell me what the definition of are you a sociologist? Can you tell me what they teach you? Because I'm not, I'm kind of, lost on this one, because we never hear from them. Okay. So they go to school, they go to school, and they get all these degrees to walk around getting big paychecks, but they never fix anything. So I'm just fine. Uh, I'm just trying to figure out why do we do this if in fact uh, it doesn't do anybody any good. I mean, why do we give people? I mean, now if you're a sociologist, of course. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, sociology, the study of the development, structure, and functioning of human society. The the underpinning is the study of social problems. So maybe somebody and somebody got to ask this. We got all these colleges around here charging these people all this money to come to school so they can get a master's or a PhD in sociology, and hell, they're not fixed anything. As a matter of fact, if I didn't just tell you, some of you people probably wouldn't even know they're still teaching it. So why is our society so screwed up? I mean, why are our kids so running so rampant? I mean, if in fact what you guys teach means anything, okay, and that ought to be the question of the day in all of America, especially the towns and stuff where there's high crime, bad education, and just uh, bad. So somebody answer that. There's got to be somebody out there who's wondered the same thing. Sociology, the study of the development, structure, and functioning of human society, the study of social problems, just to make it okay. So, okay, it is a social science, in human societies. So, oh, let me see who that is right quick. Somebody's come in. Oh, there, my buddy is right there. Well, hold it now. Let me make sure I get this thing on. What happened to her? I lost her. Joanne, I lost you. Okay, she hit the wrong thing. Well, we'll get her back in a minute, hopefully. So somebody needs to tell me. Somebody needs to tell me, why do we have sociologists if they can't fix any social problem? Okay. Now, there's my Lowndes County person. Just they got lost again, so maybe they'll come back in and talk to us. Well, okay then. I don't know where she went, but okay, she's out there someplace. I'm out there someplace. Okay. So anyway, so come on now. Somebody call me up. Tell me. Here's what's the number here? What's the number? The number is what's the number? 521-2963. Why can't we fix anything? Since y'all paying all this money to go to school and to learn these things, so tell me why we cannot fix them. So tell me. Because it's a bunch of bullcrap is why it is. Okay. It's a way that colleges and universities can get more money out of you. And then when you get there, they tell, well, you really can't do much of that unless you get a PhD. Okay. And lack of parenting skills. Well, that goes back to the same thing. Okay. It's at the root, because all of our great sociologists are telling us, like Dr. Spock, that we don't need to spank our kids, because all that's going to do is make them angry. Again, part of that whole sociologist mentality. Okay. So again, why do they pay all that money to get a degree, and it's in a field, in a discipline that does nothing? I want to know. Our prison, as many people, as much as we charge for college degrees, right, especially PhDs, none of these people should be out of a job. Our prisons are full of people who maybe, just maybe, if they had a little bit of some of this sociology crapola, who knows? Maybe we'd have turned them around. I don't have a clue. Okay, but parenting. Parents can only do so much. Boston, what you doing up there in Boston? Hey, don't go to Baltimore. Oh no, Boston. Where's Boston? I was in Massachusetts. Okay, yeah, that's flyover country up there. Boston, they only come down here when they actually have to come down here and meet us regular people. They don't even, they call us flyover land. Okay, up there in Boston, where the Kennedys hang out at. Martha's Vineyard. No, where's Martha's Vineyard? Is that up there in Boston? And that in Massachusetts? I thought that's where Obama and them hang out all the time. Yeah. But anyway, hope you're making lots of money. Anyway, so I don't know where she went. She left me. Maybe the phone went dead. I'm not sure. But anyway, because we talk a lot in America about problems. We really do. We as a matter of fact, all of us ought to get a PhD in talking, because we talk an awful lot about it. An awful lot about the problems that we have. We do. We talk about problems, but we really never have a solution to any of them. And anybody know what Occam's razor is? Hello? Yeah, Occam's razor. Anybody know? Okay, it's how you spell it? OCAMS. Okay, Occam's razor, RAZOR. Okay. Okay. So I'm just saying, anybody know what it is? It is a philosophical principle that suggests that when faced with competing explanations for the same phenomena, the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. It emphasizes that the solution requiring the fewer assumptions is preferable. Okay? Okay? So I know it's when you're the smartest guy on the radio, it's kind of hard to find people to talk to. But I think y'all can understand it. It's called Occam's razor, OCCAM razor, RAZOR. So while we keep trying to make excuses, parenting skills is a root. I'm sorry, that can't be true, because most parents, they keep their children because they want them. They keep their kids because they want them. So I can't. But what has happened is that we've let the bureaucrats and the people who a lot of them don't even have kids tell us what to do. Okay, and then we have a plethora of solutions to a simple problem. Occam's razor, as a matter of fact, like teenage pregnancy. There's only one solution to teenage pregnancy. Only one. Just like grown folks pregnancy. There's only one solution. But there's one way. There is one way, just one, that you don't ever have to worry about getting pregnant. There's only one way. Occam's razor. And everybody knows what that way is. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm just saying you might want to look up Occam's razor. Okay? Hey Nimrod, what's going on, my man? Ranger Nimrod Fraser, as a matter of fact. Hoorah! He's got the tab though. I'm like a training ranger. I was, but this guy's the real deal right here. Nimrod, good morning to you, sir. So again, Occam's razor. Okay. Now somebody says capitalism only works. Capitalism only works when you have problems, not solutions. So it's necessary to have problems, my friend. Well, okay. I got no problem with having problems. Yeah, because we're human beings and we're all different. But the solution to those problems seem to be everybody knows what the solution. Again, everybody knows how to start. Everybody knows what the solution to teenage pregnancy is. Everybody knows, but we can't say it because it's politically incorrect. But we all know, and that's what I'm thinking about this whole talk genre in radio podcasting. Why do we have the conversations if we cannot have the truth about it? Why do we talk so much about problems if we don't really want to deal with the solution of them? You know, I mean, we do a lot of talking. Now, problems runs capitalism because somebody who if they come up with a better car, a better I think my oh, there she is again.
Good morning.
Good morning. Now, y'all on the phone there? What? Y'all hold on for a second because I got my buddy here from Lowndes County, Alabama. And Lowndes County, Alabama is a big old place down there. They got cows walking across the street and all kinds of things like that. You know, I like them. And you see Mr. Williams down there who owns that little. Is that car lot still down there? Right when you turn off 80 and come to yeah, still there. Yeah, that's my good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I used to work on his computer. But tell the folks who you are.
My name is Joanne Young, and I work for Hope Inspired Ministries. That's a nonprofit, faith-based organization.
Mm-hmm. And what do we do at Hope Inspired Ministries?
Where our mission is to help individuals break the grip of poverty. And that's our vision statement. And our mission is to serve the unemployed individuals by preparing them and equipping them to obtain and maintain excellence at employment.
Okay. And how do we do that?
We do that by, it's a 9-week work-ready based program, and we provide them with soft skills, employment skills, financial literacy, building character, documentation support, and of course, spirituality. And then we do life coaching, and we have a support system set up. That
you do. If they don't have, I think what we do is even if they don't have transportation, they live in the city of Montgomery. I know we get them a bus pass.
That's correct.
I don't. Does Lowndes County have a bus system down there?
No, sir. We actually go to pick them up from their location.
Okay. You came on today because of
Well, we're doing a challenge between the sites. And it's a little competition to ask for donations to raise money. And so I am an ambassador for Lowndes County, and we are Team Passion. So we're asking people to go onto our website at hopeinspiredministries.org, and they can do a reoccurring donation of $20 a month, or they could do a one-time donation of any amount.
Okay. And it takes about, I think John Bowman told me that it takes about $2,500
To
for
service one student. Yes, sir.
to one student. You guys do actual. Now I'm on the board, but I'm kind of like the OJT board guy. I'm trying to learn how to figure it out. But you guys do a wonderful job. You take is what's the age limit?
If the student has been kicked out of high school,
Mhm.
they do an assessment. So you can be 16 if you like kicked out of high school to 65.
So at 65, we still looking for a job. Wait a minute, come think, I'm looking for a job. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Forget that one. Good. um, give me some problems that people can have. I mean, what if you have a dependency on some drug or something like that? Can we help them a little? Do we help them?
Yes, sir. We partner with the Foundry and other programs for substance abuse, alcohol, and drugs, and we can help them break the cycle of addiction. Yes, sir. It
Mhm.
depends on the level of their addiction, how long their treatment will be.
Mhm. Now, the most important element here, though, the most important ingredient here, don't waste these people's time. If you come there with a determined mind to change your situation, they will help you do it. I've seen it. They will help you do it. But if you are not sure that you're willing to give up the things that you've been doing, somebody once said, insanity is keep doing the same thing the way you've always done them, and you'll keep getting what you've always got. You guys, and you don't just get to come up there and lie around and feel sorry for yourself because that won't help you. Okay, you listen to these people right here, the staff at Hope Inspired Ministries. I didn't really know more than 50 people live in Lowndes County.
Oh, it's a lot of people live in Lowndes County, and right now we have a class of about 9. And that's a pretty good size class for this class cycle.
Mhm.
But the thing that I love most about Hope Inspired Ministries,
Mhm.
regardless of your barrier, we're going to try to break that barrier. We're going to try to do what we can do by connecting you to other resources and pouring into your life to change your situation. We are actually transforming lives every day. But we need help. That's why we're asking for donations. It could be monetary. It could be guest speaking. It could be a food provider to provide lunch, provide clothes, your talents, volunteering, whatever talent you have or whatever service you are willing to come and help us. We're really, truly appreciate it.
If I am of the mindset to help out, because you're going to help one way or the other. You're either going to volunteer or your taxes are going to go up because these folks, if they don't get some help, they're going to result to things that they ought not do. So what can they do? How do they reach out to you? Is there a phone number that people can call and see if they can help you?
Yes, sir. Our phone number is 334-548-4673.
Okay, let me get that right. 334-548.
4673.
Okay, 4673. Make sure I get that right. Okay, now look on the screen there. Okay, is that
And
the
they
right
can
number?
also go to our website.
Which is hopeinspiredministries.org.
.org, yes.
And
And if they're donating to Lowndes County, they must put Teen Passion.
Teen Passion.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you mostly in need of in Lowndes County? I guess it's money, or is it clothing, or what are you in most need of?
We most need money.
Mhm.
We need, we have 2 days of the week that we do not have a lunch provider. So if somebody is willing to provide lunch on Wednesdays and Thursdays, that would be a blessing for the class.
Okay.
Volunteers, guest speakers.
Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, so y'all need somebody to provide lunch down there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. and you don't have that, and you don't have too many people down, so it's not an expensive proposition to provide lunch for some folks. And this is the only meal that some of them will get.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay, and so we call 548-4673. Then would that put us in touch with you
Yes, you
or
can
whoever?
talk to any myself, Joanne Young, or the site director, any life coach, any person that answers the phone will be able to assist.
Okay, 548-4673, and tell the folks your name one more time.
Joanne Young. I'm a career life coach here at Hope Inspired Ministry Lounge Campus.
Okay, and again, again, they need, if you live down there and you want to, if you need some help, listen, the worst thing you can do is quit. Okay, worst thing you can do is quit, because won't nothing change if you quit. So you have to, and sometimes falling down, you get stronger every time you get up. So falling down and quitting is not the answer. Hope Inspired Ministries is there to help you, but you gotta want to help yourself. You gotta want to help it, because these guys, excuse me, that ain't a guy, because I know the deal here. But these people will do whatever it is they have to do to help you. So I'm gonna keep this number and let people call you want to. And so you need now. Let me ask something. A lot of folks can't come down there to provide lunch, so they could pay for the lunch, right? If they call
Yes,
you.
sir. They can pay for the lunch and just let us know, and wherever they go and pay for it, we can pick it up. That's correct.
Okay, all right then. That's good. Yeah, we forget about y'all down there in Lowndes County.
Yeah, we are the forgotten ones.
Well, we don't mean to. It's just that we got so many problems in Montgomery. It's hard. It's hard to keep up with everybody else. But okay, well, I'm gonna go around to some of my buddies around here and see if I can get us take care of one of them days for you.
We surely appreciate that. Thank you so much. But once again, you can go on the website and do a $20 a month donation,
Right.
reoccurring, Team Passion.
Team
Passion. Or you could give a one-time donation. And like I said, you can volunteer, provide lunch, be a guest speaker, donate clothes, whatever the Lord touch your heart with, we'll surely appreciate.
Right. And I got to tell you something. Advice is bought. It is not given. And these kids need to, grown folks too. We need to know. They need to know sometimes using the same place. Okay, you've been through it. You walked through it. You've been through the fire, and they need to hear that it's possible to change their circumstances. Okay, I mean, sometimes you think it's not, but it is. You just need to, and they need speakers. Go down there, and you may not think that your experience is that important, but it is. To somebody who has fallen, any encouragement that you can give these folks down there. You don't have to have a college degree. You don't have to be a retired general, United States Army, or sergeant major. Sergeants can give you a little advice too. But anyway, I'm just saying these people can really use you. And sometimes they just need to know that people care.
Yes, sir.
Because their whole life has been, lately, their life, they don't feel that way,
But they have to know, as long as they have hope,
yes,
they can change. They can change things. Just keep on holding on to the hope. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is you get up and you try again.
Yeah.
You can only eat an elephant one bite at a time. So you can only change your situation with one step at a time.
Okay. Did y'all happen to need clothes down there or anything like that?
Yes, sir. Men and women clothing, a variety of all ranges, because when they do go to interviewing, they need interviewing clothing. Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, that number, if y'all want to go, if you don't get right, 548-4673. I do have that number. I have written down someplace here again. So, well, listen, I think we'll get some people to step up to the plate for you.
Thank you so much.
And if nothing else, if you can't go take a meal down there to them, just pay for one. And their classes are not as big as Montgomery class, so we're not talking about a whole lot of money here. We're talking about a couple of dollars here, helping Big Mac, whatever the case may be. Because again, this meal is the only meal that some of them get. Okay, so we appreciate that. And tell the folks your name again.
Joanne Young with Hope Inspired Ministry Lounge Campus.
Well, thank you, Lowndes County Capital. All right. Well, I appreciate it. See how easy this was.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for allowing me on your show.
Okay, I appreciate you. All right. Anyway, let me take a 3-minute break here because it is I didn't know it's after 8 o'clock. 8:05, but appreciate everybody. And I've been with Lowndes County, I mean not Lowndes, I've been with Hope Inspired Ministries now for about for a couple of years. And they teach me. And I gotta tell you something, just to go to speak with these folks, you'll be surprised of what your experiences can help these people get. It's like it's like Halsey. Admiral Halsey was a fleet admiral in World War II. And Guadalcanal, they was losing it. The Japanese were about ready to bring 20,000 troops on that island and wipe everybody out. You know what changed the mode? You know what changed within a couple of weeks? Halsey went down to Guadalcanal. Normally, a 4-star general don't go to them kind of places, but he went down there. He talked to them, motivated them, and you know what? It turned the tide of the war in World War II. Because Guadalcanal was, if they had lost Guadalcanal, the Japanese would have went all the way down to Australia and all other places. But because he showed up, I'm telling you, some of these people are on Guadalcanal, they're on Guadalcanal, and they need General Halsey, which is you, Admiral Halsey, which is you, to come down there and talk to them. So they get motivated. So they understand that people care. So they understand that it's not all lost. It's going to take a little work. And sometimes you got to work in the mud. You got to work in the rain. But sometimes you can still make things happen. So you be there, Admiral Halsey. Okay, and Halsey said something, and then I got to take my break. Halsey said something that I always quote. There are no such things as extraordinary men. There are extraordinary circumstances that ordinary men have to face and work it out. But essentially, we're all the same. Okay. All right then. Oh, let me see who this guy is. Right. Anyway, let me see. I got another guest. Oh, no, don't say nothing. Don't tell him. Don't. Okay.
What's going on this morning, sir?
We just trying to motivate the world, man.
I saw that. That's awesome that you had Hope Inspired Ministries on.
Yeah, they do a wonderful job. They're one of the best nonprofit organizations in Montgomery, out in the state of Alabama. As a matter of fact, they're up in Huntsville. They're in Coleman. They're in all that. Hey, there's
Graham.
There's Mr. Graham. Okay, is he coming or is he just like
he's here, there?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, tell me I ain't got all day.
Well, let me go. I gotta run.
Oh, I thought he was coming.
Well, I'm trying to wrangle him. I might hit you back on the back end.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it. All right, man. All righty then. Okay, let me take a break here, and I shall be back uno momento because I gotta pause for the calls. Okay, I gotta pause for the calls, and then we're back. Now I'm supposed to. How do we give you stars? I don't have a clue how you do it. Tell you the truth, I don't know how you do it. That was my off-site producer right there. I don't know how you do it. I'll tell you the truth. I've been trying to get better at doing this part. So I don't know about that part yet. But yeah, let's take a break, and we'll be back in a few minutes here. I'm supposed to have somebody else called in, a liberal who wants to convince me that I should come to his side. Well, that's never gonna happen. But it's all right to dream. So I'm gonna let him dream that he again, the number to Hope Inspired Ministries down in Lowndes County, who they were on today, it's 548-4673. And listen, you don't have to be in Montgomery. You don't have to be in Montgomery to come. Oh, wait a minute. This is my other guy. I think I got him. Okay. Is this Alan?
Yes, it is.
Alan, I was just telling now see, I'm finna go on a break, but now I'm not gonna go on a break, man. I'm gonna talk to you for a couple of minutes. Now,
Okay.
Alan is a liberal, okay? And
That's fair.
and there's nothing wrong with being a liberal. I mean, sometimes breaking your leg is good. I can't think of when. But every once in a while, it's right. Now I'm in Allen. Let me make sure I put this on the phone. I'm in Allen because other day I was putting my son's picture on about him graduating basic training, and Allen made a comment. Now I'm not the typical, I'm not. Listen, I'm not the typical person that gets all upset because somebody disagrees with me. All I
Same here.
but here's what I do ask: if you disagree, be able to articulate that disagreement with logic and reason.
100%, I agree.
Okay. So you made a comment that what you said, being a trained killer is
Hired killer.
hired killer.
Being a hired killer is nothing to be proud of.
It's nothing to be proud of. Now, and so I've been thinking about that question. I said to myself, is there anything that you would fight for?
Of course, I would fight for the immediate defense of myself or someone else.
Okay. So even if that meant that you had to kill somebody.
Yes.
Okay. So what's wrong
There's a big difference there.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with having a standing military? So when that happens, it's not if, it's a matter of when it happens, because 911 showed us that the United States is not invulnerable being attacked. So
that's a great question.
Yeah.
The answer is easy. So look at this particular country, because we aren't dealing with some hypothetical. We're dealing with the U.S. of A. as it exists and has existed for over 200 years now. This government consistently has lied to us about the reasons for going into war. Outside of Afghanistan, what is the last time we had a war that was just? What is the last time we had a war where the other side actually threatened us? Iraq never threatened us. Grenada didn't threaten us. Korea didn't threaten us. Vietnam didn't threaten us. This was us sending our troops into other people's countries, into other people's lives, slaughtering them, killing hundreds of thousands, if not millions overall, of civilians because we didn't like their government, because look at Vietnam, for example. They wanted to be communist. We didn't like that. Okay? They're not us. They weren't trying to force it on us. We attacked them, killed millions of them, killed their civilians, and who was doing that? The troops were the ones who were perpetrating that violence. And like I mentioned to you earlier, Martin Luther King said he realized that the greatest purveyor of violence on this planet was his own government. And it's the U.S. military soldiers who are carrying it out. They are willing to kill on command whoever they're told to, whether that person is a threat to us or not. And again, usually, as history shows, they're not a threat to us.
Are you in possession? And I just asked this question just as a general question. Are you in possession of all the information that our leaders are? Do you know about any? Are you in possession of information where there's conspiracies to do this and do that? Are you one of those people though that think until we get bombed like we were in 911, then we shouldn't do anything?
No, but if there had been valid evidence, if there had been real reasons to go into, for example, Iraq, they wouldn't have had to lie. The real reason would have come out by now. It wouldn't have had to have been made up stuff about weapons of mass destruction and tying them into 9/11. If you had real reasons, you wouldn't have to lie. If they had real reasons about Vietnam, they wouldn't have to invent the Gulf of Tonkin incident. And they wouldn't consistently, time after time, years after the fact, when things are declassified, it turns out over and over again that there was clearly no threat. If there was really a threat there, why would they always release only lies? Wouldn't the real evidence have come forward for one of these at some point? What was the real? Can you tell me a real justification for going into Korea or Vietnam or Iraq? Were any of those threats to us ever?
I can only tell you, and again, I was not in position or possession of information about all those things. The Grenada thing is the only thing I have intimate knowledge of.
Okay.
you do realize that if you going up Interstate 85, that and you're in Montgomery, if there's a big pileup in Auburn, that
Yes.
you do realize that affects you all the way back to Montgomery.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
But we get to realize that other people in other countries have the same right to self-determination that we do. They have the same freedom to determine their own style of government that we do. The fact that we don't like it, okay, then we don't have to do it. But why is it that time and time again, just this country decides that we can kill other people if we don't like their style of government? Who gave us the right to be the world's #1 terrorist? Because keep in mind, what is terrorism? Terrorism is violence against a civilian population to change the political situation. If our behavior doesn't fit that, I don't know whose does.
well, I disagree philosophically. I think you don't wait until somebody like we did in 911. We waited,
It's not,
and then
but
we
it's not
get
about waiting. Iraq was never, they weren't going to attack us. They had no issue with us. If anything, we double-crossed Iraq in history.
Mhm.
Like, there's no evidence that Vietnam was ever going to attack us. So yes, I could come up to you tomorrow and kill you and say, "Well, wait till they kill me." But if there was no evidence that you were ever going to kill me, is that a valid defense?
But you will agree there are things you don't know about Vietnam, about World War II, and again, we tried to stay out of World War II. Also, we let that war went on
Now,
for 4 years before the United States became involved with it. So, and
if you
and
know,
what happens? What happens on December the 1st, 1941?
I did not use World War II as an example. I think that World War II was the last just war that we were in. We should have been in that war. That was an example, and we had evidence. We had communications that they want to get us involved. That war we should have been in, but that's the last one. Maybe Afghanistan. I can give you that one. But World War II was just war. But if you look at again Vietnam, look at Iraq, look at Grenada, look at our intervention in Nicaragua. And these things over and over again, there's zero evidence that any of those governments were ever going to attack us.
Okay,
If you look at Saddam Hussein, for
but
example,
you do
yes,
realize there are things you don't know. You do realize
of course, but
that there's information that the people. I'm going to believe that the people who make the decisions, okay, to send us to these places, have more information than we do.
so why don't they ever, when building a case for war, release the truth or release some of it? Why are they always releasing it trying to be lies? If they had real cause to go to Vietnam, why are they making up an attack to go for Tonkin? If they had real cause to go to Iraq, why are they making it weapons of mass destruction? And plus, it's not as though yes, they have secret,
Well, now
classified
Iran, wait
information.
a minute, Iraq, they threw out the people who were there to inspect whether or not they
Because
had
who are
weapons.
we?
Well, again, who is the police to stop me going down the road because I feel like going 75 miles an hour?
The police have jurisdiction over the U.S. cities they work in. We're not the world police.
Well, we're not the world
If
police.
Iraq wanted,
Mhm.
if Iraq wanted to inspect us, would we be okay with it?
Well, we're not crazy.
Okay, but why is it crazy for them to inspect us, but not crazy for us to inspect them? They are an equal sovereign country, just like we are. They are superior to us.
Mhm.
We are just because we have more guns, just because we can
Well,
kill more people.
I
We
think
are superior to them.
I think when you ask the United States for help and we give our hard-earned dollars in support of these people, it's kind of like public school. You can't.
We
You
didn't
can't.
support Iraq.
Well, I'm pretty sure somewhere along the line they got some money from us some kind of way. Everybody has.
Oh yes, I agree with that actually. But that doesn't. If we support them during a war against Iran because we don't like Iran and we give them military assistance, that doesn't give us the right to then dictate what happens in their government from then on out.
Then don't take the money. Don't take the help.
But that was never a condition, though. You can't change the condition. If I give you a loan today,
yeah,
I can't change the terms tomorrow.
But we don't know that. We don't know the back end
of
come
on.
We don't. You don't know. I don't know. At least I was in the military, and hell, they didn't tell me nothing.
So you trust So you trust everything the government says to you, and when they lie to you repeatedly, well, they could have some hidden truth somewhere, and they just lie because
Well,
it's fun, I guess.
I mean, look, I'm like Ronald Reagan. The worst thing you can say, I'm with the government. I'm here to help you. I don't believe everything that they say, but I have more faith in them than I do the other guy.
Ronald Reagan. Okay, first of all, look, that's a great statement. You have more faith than the other guy. Let's look at the behavior of them versus the other guy. Which one? It could be any of the other guys. Which ones have killed more civilians? Our government or the other guy? Guess what? It's our government. Which government has nuked civilians? That's us versus anyone else in the world. Guess what? It's just our government. So you believe the ones who kill the most people over the other guy
Is that
just
your
because you
measuring?
happen to be born here.
Right, but is that your measuring stick though? Who killed? And let's listen. If one life is lost, that's too many.
Mhm.
So we agree with that. But war is a tough racket. But the Bible says, "Are you a God fearing man?"
I believe in a God, yes.
Okay, which one?
I don't have a name for it. I would call God God generally.
Okay,
You
so
call me a Christian. You call me a
okay,
Christian.
okay. So the Bible says that there always be wars and rumors of wars. So evidently, God knew that there's a reason to fight sometime.
No. Terrible logic. Just because I can tell you there will always be murder, that's not me endorsing murder. I can tell you there's always going to be murder. That doesn't mean I'm saying murder is okay.
Mm-hmm. But
So not at all.
But again, you have to admit that you are not in receipt of all the information that the people in our government are. They know things
I have a question for you.
that we don't know.
That is of course true. I have a question for you. If you kill somebody and the police came to you to investigate and asked you why did you kill that person,
Right.
if you had some real reasons that were justified and were legal, would you hide those and tell them only lies? Or if you had a just reason, would you give it so the police would say, "Oh, well, of course you killed him. He was breaking into your house with a gun, so that makes sense." Or would you come up with some story that was proven to be false later?
Right, but
Every time.
But that's too simplistic. That's too simplistic.
That's what happens, though. We don't. It's not that we lie every time. Why do we invent things and make up stories that try to be proven false every time? If we had a real reason, why we never give it?
Well,
Never.
We don't know the reason often because again, that's top secret stuff.
Exactly. But why don't they tell us? They tell us lies because those are proven to be lies. They have no problem doing that. So why don't they ever tell us the real reason? If there is a secret, hidden, true reason, why would we never get told that?
Well,
But they don't mind telling us lies.
so should I guess at some point, like even South Korea, I think was an ally for a minute.
Yeah.
Again, I don't. That's above my pay grade, but I do know you have to believe at least philosophically in what your leadership does. I know.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't?
Because what if you live? What if you live in North Korea? Do you have to believe philosophically what your leadership does just because you're born there? So you have to believe what people say just because you're born in the same country.
I don't mean be a total idiot, but again, those people live in places where they don't get the truth any kind of way.
But we don't either. Is my point. It's proven time and time again that they lie to us. The Gulf of Tonkin incident, proven false. WMD, proven false. Look at Ronald Reagan. You mentioned Reagan. Reagan was selling.
But WMD, if Saddam Hussein had let us come in there and do the inspections like they asked him to, like he agreed to, then that would not have been a question. But since he would not allow them to do that, he kicked them out. That makes people suspicious.
If someone is threatening, okay, first of all, let me put it this way. Let's say someone is threatening you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you then let them come and inspect your house to see where your guns are, to see what kind of guns you have and what defenses you have? If someone is threatening you, and keep in mind,
if you sign an agreement that said you would no longer produce those things, yeah, we got a right to go in there.
And first of all, the agreement was not with us. That was with the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Group, the IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency. That wasn't with us. We have no right to tell another country that they can't have weapons. Like, let's say, even if he did have weapons, right? He didn't, but let's say he did. Who are we to tell him that he can't? Question for you: what is the only country ever to nuke civilians twice.
And who was the only country that got bombed and 1,500 people killed? And if you ever go to Honolulu, they still in the water over
The
there.
only country bombed? I never thought the
I
country bombed.
mean, on that day, the Japanese bombed the hell out of us and killed hundreds of thousands of people on that one day, and then
Not
911.
hundreds of thousands. Not hundreds of thousands. It was thousands, but it was not hundreds of thousands.
Well,
Yes, the Japanese attacked us.
Right. So
But
did we have a right to go to war for that one?
yes, but here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
we dropped the nuke on Hiroshima. Okay,
All right.
that was so huge, that was so devastating. They didn't even know what happened at first. We gave them 2 days before we dropped a nuke on another civilian city.
And I hear you, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I hear you, but on the other hand, what's it? Who was the Japanese guy that was in charge of Hiroshima? Well, no. Nagasaki. Hirohito said, "We have awakened a sleeping giant," and so
Yes.
our job at that time to try to make sure that never happen again. If you don't poke the bear, you don't have to worry about him waking up.
Yes, but keep in mind, I don't call it an unjust war, but I'm saying when it comes to saying that we can tell people who can't have nuclear weapons we're the only ones to use it. Well, guess what? Again, we attacked Iraq in the first Gulf War. If Iraq wanted to, then maybe Iraq could say you poked the tiger, so we're gonna nuke you.
Wait a minute.
If it was
Did not
just
Iraq
for
did,
us,
did not Iraq attack the folks over the first time in Desert Storm?
ooh,
Wasn't that about Iraq going over into?
no,
It wasn't.
Kuwait. But let me do the history there. It's all out in the open and declassified now. So what happened there was, after we had been allies with Iraq for 8 years, then the war with Iran, after that was over, Kuwait on Iraq's border was slant drilling under the border and drilling Iraq's oil. Iraq actually came to us, we were still officially allies then. Iraq came to us and said, Kuwait is slant drilling our oil. We plan to go in. Like, is it okay? We told them we have no interest in Arab land disputes, giving the green light. Then when they invaded, then we double-crossed them and went and attacked them. They came to us for clearance beforehand. We used that as a ruse to be able to attack them, to destroy the military that we helped them build up. They literally came to us asking permission first. And we said we have no interest in Arab land disputes. Then they went in and then we attacked. Using their attack as justification that we cleared.
Okay, now I don't mean to be when I ask this question because
Okay.
it sounds like to me that you may need to be on the president's national defense guy because you know
I don't
more.
work for pedophiles. I don't work for pedophiles.
Okay, who's a pedophile?
The one who said that he would date his daughter if she wasn't his daughter, the one who said that he, as the owner of the Miss Teen USA pageants, would go into their dressing rooms when they were changing, acting like he was inspecting things, like as a ruse to be able to walk through while they're changing. That one, the one who is doing everything to distract from the Epstein files list because he's on it. That guy, the convicted felon, the only one who's a felon.
Okay.
That one.
Okay, well, obviously you don't like Trump, and I
should be in prison.
I shouldn't ask that. Okay, well, all of us, if we really think about it, could probably be in prison for something we've done in life.
Not for felonies, though. Not for 34 felonies.
Oh, you make a distinction of how many times? And 34. Wait a minute. The 34 felony was the same felony about writing a check that they thought that he shouldn't have wrote the check. Now you act like he went out and killed 34 different people. It was a check, and they had never used the law before. Never.
No one's ever done it before.
Yes,
no president's ever done it before.
Yes, they have.
Give me one example.
Give
me one.
They wanted to do anything they possibly could to stop
that
guy from running for president.
You said to the consulate they have. Okay, cool. Tell me one.
Wait a minute. They came up with the law for a reason because somebody.
The law was written before he. The law was written before he broke. Okay, the law was passed before he broke it. Otherwise, you couldn't have an ex post facto law. You can't have a law that goes in reverse.
So somebody else had done it. So that's
yes, but it wasn't just based on. It wasn't just based on presidents. It's based on anyone running for any office. So yes, someone's done it, but that doesn't mean a president's done it before. Mm-hmm. You say yes, they have. Do you have even one example?
Now let me ask you a question, and I feel you. Okay. I feel you on this. But
okay.
Why in the world should I take your word over somebody else's word?
Don't. That's a great question. Don't trust anything I'm saying. Anyone out there listening to me, don't trust me at all. Look up every claim I'm making. You will find sources that are verified. I don't
And
require any trust or faith at all.
right.
Please, please,
But
please
you
check
do
every word I'm
know,
saying.
that whoever writes the story, okay,
Nope.
there was
Nope.
a
That is not the way research works.
wait a minute. In World War II, Clint
Mhm.
Eastwood made a movie called Letters from Iwo Jima, I think, where the
Yeah.
Japanese told their part of the story. But if you listen to them, then
Mhm.
America was totally wrong, and it was our fault, and they didn't really do much of anything except on December 1st, 1941, we had 1,500, almost 3,000 people killed. But
America.
it depends on who
Yeah.
tells the story.
But there is truth to the story. There are valid.
There's always
Just because.
a little truth to the story. That's true.
Yes, there are valid points that they had to make. Now, whether or not their attack is justified, that is subjective opinion. I don't think they were right to attack us, but they didn't do it for no reason. It wasn't out of the blue, random. Like who would do that? They were already fighting a
So
war.
why did they do it?
Again, I'm not too well versed on the Japanese reasons. I know that essentially us encroaching upon them in the Pacific Islands was a part of it. But I'm not really that familiar with their reasons. Again, I don't say they're justified, but it wasn't just random out of nowhere. So that movie, given their justifications, of course it was for a reason. Like, why would they attack us literally out of the blue for no reason?
What do you think about Russia?
About Russia, I think that Russia is it's essentially a terrible country. It's regressive internally.
Wait a minute.
I think that their attack on
Did you just say that?
their attack on Ukraine is.
But you just got done saying that it's a sovereign country and they can do what they want to do.
It is. No. They can do what they want to do internally. They have the right to do what they want to do internally. They don't have the right to attack other people and kill other people in other countries, like in Ukraine. Them being a sovereign country means they have the right to rule themselves. I don't like their internal laws, but they have the right to make those internal laws.
Right.
But I think that what they're doing by attacking their neighbor, that shouldn't be allowed. That's not under sovereignty.
Well, okay. I didn't know where you were going today with this, so I wasn't prepared for all this stuff. But when you call our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines trained killers, well, somebody's got to kill somebody. Somebody's got to be trained.
No. That's horrible. So somebody had to kill the Vietnamese. Why? Somebody had to kill the people in Iraq. No, you are using the language of the gang leader. You are buying into the gang leader mentality. If you talk about crime here, you're supporting a much bigger gang than any of these street gangs. The U.S. military kills more innocent people than the Bloods and Crips combined. Why do you support that gang? Why is it cool to be in that gang? Because you have a 401k?
Well, listen, you certainly have a perspective that I don't have. I think there's a time to fight. I think that you protect what's yours.
When someone's going to attack you, yes.
Right. Well,
wait a
minute. By the time they attack you, it's too late.
But if there is no evidence they were ever going to, if the Vietnamese were focused on changing their style of government internally, why would they attack the U.S.? They didn't even have a military that could reach us. That wasn't their goal at all.
They did attack us.
No, they did not.
The Japanese did not attack us?
I said the Vietnamese.
Oh, well, Vietnam will always remain to me an enigma. I don't quite
It's not
understand.
an enigma.
Well,
it's clear. We didn't like communism. We were opposed to communism. They went communist. We had what's called the domino theory. We thought that if they went communist, other people in the area would see it and like it and want to go communist too. So because we were threatened by this system of government, we killed them because we didn't want people to see them as a good model.
Now you sound a little young.
So we killed 4 million Vietnamese civilians.
But you sound a little young to actually know anything about Vietnam except for what you read in the books.
So you can't study history, and so you can only
again you are studying what somebody else wrote.
Multiple sources, yes. There are historians. Yes. History is a valid field of science. The way science works, it's not based on faith. It's not based on trust. You have multiple sources. If you look at where the information comes from, declassified material. Some of this comes from the U.S. government itself. The fact that the Gulf of Tonkin was fabricated, that came from the U.S. government declassified material
Well, listen,
itself.
I
We
don't,
exposed their own lies.
I agree with you that probably somewhere along in the annals of time, I'm pretty sure America's, we have done our dirt. There's no doubt about it. I think we've done dirt, but
Still do.
but the preponderance of things that we have been involved in, I think it was a just cause.
Okay, besides World War II, which is over 50 years ago, besides World War II, and besides Afghanistan, tell me any other time that the opposite side of the war was actually a threat to us. Tell me one.
Well, it depends. It depends on what you call a threat. When 3,000 people died on 9/11, that was a threat. That was a threat carried out.
And I gave you Afghanistan. I said, but again, besides World War II and Afghanistan, that was that one. That was 9/11. Besides that, you said the preponderance are the ones that were justified. Okay, besides those two, one that was over 50 years ago, and the one after that, can you tell me any other where there was a just cause or a threat or a future threat? Can you tell me one?
I do believe, and it's just me, I do believe there are things that you and I do not know, never will know, that was going on.
Do you have evidence for even a single one being just? We've done one after the other, after the other. Can you tell me one of those that was a threat? And if you can't even find one, where there's evidence of a threat, maybe, just maybe, the killers who get billions in profits are lying to you, like they lie to you about domestic things, which you acknowledge. Maybe when they get their defense trader deals and the military industrial complex, like Eisenhower warned about, that enriches itself, it has arms fairs, and they just get billions and billions and billions of dollars. And again, maybe, just maybe, they're lying to you.
I'm not saying that you're not somewhat right. The military industrial complex, we were warned about. Was it Truman or was it Eisenhower? One of them.
Eisenhower.
Said, I agree with you, but I'm not going to sit here and believe that there's never a reason for war. There's never a reason to fight. I think there is.
There are some. Again, there are sometimes, but it's very, very rare. We can think of two that are obviously just: World War II and the response to 9/11 in Afghanistan. I'll give you. So that right there shows there is sometimes a reason to fight. But we have had literally dozens of other invasions, and none of them. Just look for one brief minute at Iraq, briefly. Again, we double-crossed them after the first Gulf War. We set up no-fly zones in their country, and then we attacked them based on weapons of mass destruction. Israel.
See, I didn't know where you were going today with this. But however, I like the conversation.
Yes.
I deal on things on philosophical principles. Does it make sense?
I deal on facts and evidence.
And facts are strange things until they're not facts anymore.
Then they never were.
Exactly.
It's about how you determine what's facts. It's called epistemology.
Exactly.
How you determine what's true.
Exactly.
What are your sources like?
Okay. And it's how you define truth.
Yes.
Okay. So I hear you. I hear you. But I'm not going to be so. I'm not going to be so naive as to think that the people who we put in massive power up there don't have information that we don't have. I mean, they have
information they do
about
that we don't have. They have information about their bank accounts. They have information about their bank accounts going up, higher, and their buddy's getting paid, and they will happily send off the poor, uninformed, desperate to do their killing for them. Look at Iraq. The company they got the biggest contract for rebuilding was who? It was Halliburton. They did not have the lowest bid. They were not the cheapest, and they didn't have the best work. Our soldiers were getting electrocuted in the showers because the work was so shoddy, but they had billions in contracts. Why is that? Because the vice president was their former CEO. Dude, they're killing our children for profit, and they're killing foreign children for profit, and you have bought into them, even though, again, they have destroyed more innocent lives than the Bloods and Crips have ever dreamed of.
Well, listen, you are certainly entitled to your opinion, my friend. And listen, I can't say all the things you say are bull hockey, but obviously, money is money is certainly a motivator. and many people have done wrong things for money. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I can't say that they haven't, but I'm not
So
going to throw the whole system out because we have hopefully.
I will. It's trash. It's trash. And I will leave you with this one statement.
Mhm.
It's to go back to the beginning of the conversation. To quote Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, the greatest purveyor of violence on this planet today is my own government. It was then and it still is now. You have a great day.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I can't let you end with that
Mhm.
because
Okay.
it amazes me that people say those things who accept the protection of that government.
They are protecting us. They're protecting the billionaires' bank accounts. Again, aside from 9/11, none of these countries are threats. Now, they ain't attacking us. We're destroying their lives. Their civilians, or their lives are worth just as much as ours are. If you're a Christian, you should also believe that those people are just as valuable as we are. We destroy their lives and make our companies make billions. We make sure in Vietnam, that's a great place for cheap labor now. Yes, we stopped their communist revolution. They wanted to have a government to protect themselves. We kill them. Say, no, no, no. You should be open for our business.
Well, I will
We
admit
destroy
that
lives all over the world.
America was a purveyor of cheap labor called slavery. I will give you that,
And we force it at gunpoint.
but and they did
We
that. They've
force
done
the
more
market open
too.
at gunpoint.
But again, we're human beings. You agree? We're human beings. We
Of
we
course.
we we are a great country, but we by no means.
No, we're not. America was never great.
Well, again, I'll have to disagree with you. But we by no means are a country that has not made mistakes. We've done bad things, but the preponderance of the actions of the United States of America, if it were not for us, the globe would be different. Okay, and
That is true.
to the worst part of us. So
No. I disagree.
well,
If you take away the party that has killed more people than anyone else, I think we'd be better off. If you take away the government that has invaded the most people, I think we'd be better off.
America.
And you said yes. Hold on. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
We're all humans, right?
Yeah.
We're all humans, right?
Yeah, we are.
And that means we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah, we do.
So that means the Bloods and the Crips, they're just humans to make mistakes, right?
They're what?
They're just humans to make mistakes. The Bloods and the Crips, they're just humans to make mistakes. Like they just
They
make
are.
mistakes.
They are. That's who they are. There are people who are young and who are thinking wrongly, and they make mistakes. They do mistakes.
And they're also criminal, aren't they?
Yes. And so, well, most
And
criminals
they
do
also
make
should,
mistakes.
and they should be stopped, shouldn't they?
Sure, they should be.
So why shouldn't the group that kills more innocents than they do?
That is too simplistic of an answer. I mean,
How so?
listen, that's one of those emotional things you can throw out there, and people without thinking say, "Yeah, that's right. We shouldn't be killing."
No.
I mean, listen, it's too simple. It's a simplistic answer to a very, very, very complicated issue.
Not at all. Us not trying to be the world police is not complicated. Us not
why do
attacking
they keep
Vietnam would have been simple.
Why do they keep calling
Us
on
not
us?
attacking Iraq would have been simple.
Why do they keep calling on us if nobody wants us to be the world's police?
Who's calling us to invade their countries?
A lot of well, I didn't say it's to invade them. I don't think we.
That's what I'm talking about.
When you say the word invade, hell, we got people
Yes.
invading us all the time. What should we do with them?
There's no military invading us. There's no country invading us.
I didn't say the military. We got people invading this country all the time. We got
No.
we got 60 million people in this country that probably shouldn't be here.
That's not. You're changing the definition of invasion. Invasion, in the way it's been used.
Oh, the way
is
it's
a
been
government.
used. The way it's been used.
Right.
But to
You
invade
have to define the
something,
terms. Yes.
right? But to invade something means to go without invite.
No. To invade would be to go in mass as a group, and the way we're talking about military political invasions is to change the government, it's to change society. It's not civilians on their own going because they want to make a better life. If you want to talk immigration, we can do that all day, but that's a different topic altogether. And guess what?
Oh, so if
We're caught there too.
So if it's not the military, then it's not an invasion.
If it's not an organized armed group, it's not an invasion. Nah.
So definition, it says people who enter a place or a situation or sphere of activity in large numbers, especially with intrusive effect. Now that's also another definition of invade. So I think my word invade, my word invade is pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was right.
I agree with you. I agree with you, which
Okay.
is why I said it depends on what definition you're using.
Yeah.
But you have to admit that when you switch to a different definition, you're talking about different usage, which is a different. It's not the same idea. So if you're switching definitions, you acknowledge that you're talking about something totally different, which is why it's a separate definition. But super brief on that too. NAFTA. We had our corporations go into Mexico and Canada. We were able to undercut their prices of like the local Mexican farmers. Our multinational corporations undercut their prices, which made them unable to make a living. We decimated the Mexican farming industry. And guess what happened after that? After we decimated their industry with NAFTA, they moved here to make money because they couldn't make money the way they used to. Billionaires doing it again.
America, and you may disagree with this, Ronald Reagan said in his speech, and I totally agree. He said, America has released in this country has released the human capacity to do great more than any society in the history of man. So
I disagree.
Well, you can disagree with them, and that's fine because obviously you disagree. But there's no other country on earth where you can be born with absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's so not true.
And become something.
Oh, that's so not true. My dear.
Give me
You should learn about the world. Canada,
I've been through a lot of it.
Finland, Denmark.
Wait.
Anywhere in Western Europe.
Wait. We're talking about countries who are the size of one of our states.
But see how we change the goalposts? Countries. I mean, except for all the countries that do it.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. Listen.
Yeah.
It was great talking to you. And you call me
I agree.
Anytime. You call me anytime. We don't have to agree, but we don't have to be disagreeable.
I agree. It was a great time. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Whew. That's a hard one. I didn't know what he was going to talk about, but obviously he's not a Trump fan. And listen, everything the guy said wasn't wrong. And I agree. I agree with some of it, but I wasn't going to agree with him right then and there, But a lot of things he said was right. But I'm hoping that the people who send our young men and women to war, I am truly hoping against all odds that they are trying to do the right thing. I got a son in there now, and I don't want to sacrifice his life for somebody just to make money. I'm hoping that we, that if they do have to go someplace, that, war will always be, okay. What this guy says, my dad was in Vietnam and can bear witness the photos he brought home and the stories of his BS about Vietnam. But anyway, I wasn't in Vietnam. I was a little young at that time. I joined in 1975, as a matter of fact, 1 year after the actual Vietnam War ended, technically anyway. Okay, let me take a break. I gotta go get me a cup of milk, but I'll be right back right after this. Somebody said I need a different kind of thing. Well, I gotta have this screen right here. See this thing right here. I gotta have this right here so it stops the P's, and see when you hear see the screen stops that kind of stuff. So let me take a break and give me about 3 minutes, and I shall return back. And you got to hear the other side sometime. And the guy, listen, no side is completely wrong, and no side is completely right. So it just depends on which side you want to take. Okay, so I'll be back. Uno momento. Okay, hang loose. I need a beer, but I never drink one, so I'll go get the milk. I'll be back.
In the quiet of morning light, hands raised high in pure delight, thankful whispers in a gentle breeze, grateful heart with such sweet ease. Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals, mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight. In every shadow you are my light. Thank you, Lord, for the laughter and tears, for the strength you give in all my fears. In the rhythm of my heart, I hear your call. With grateful songs, I rise above all. Through storms that rage and skies of blue, each day I wake and I choose you.
All right, then.
In every heartbeat,
64 and
in
69.
every prayer.
All righty then. Yeah, I'll never understand Vietnam. You know, I know I used to get upset at Ali for not going because you can kill somebody in the ring. So if it was about killing people, the possibility of killing people, well, you can do the same thing in the ring. But then I got to thinking about it after I got a little older. I said, you know, I kind of agree with him in the end because it wasn't no sense having to fight two wars. Go over there and fight, and then come back here and have to fight. You know, so he changed my mind about him going to Vietnam. You know, he was absolutely right. Why in hell go over there and try to get freedom for them when we have to come back here and fight for us? The Tuskegee Airmen. The Tuskegee Airmen did what they did because they said that, according to some documentaries I've seen, they said they did what they did because they wanted us to have a chance to get it done, to be what we wanted to be. And so they sacrificed a lot of their rights, and they got treated like dog crap and all kind of things. But on the other hand, again, America's a great country, but we are not a perfect country. We never will be. We never have been. And there's no perfect country in the whole wide world because they're ran by men. But ultimately, I still believe that the things we've gotten involved with have been for the most part for good. But guess now the guy was right about a couple of things. Listen, it's about making money, and you can't do anything without money. So we can talk a good game about it, but you still got to have money in order to make things happen. Okay, so but he wasn't wrong about everything. Anyway, let me go down and see what's happening at the city council meeting today. Where's that information at? It's on here someplace. There we go. All right. Next up, it is about the city council today. So I'm going to tell you what's going on at the city council today. Let me see. Where is it? Here it is. Right chair. Prayer by Council Andrew Samansky, our guest. Pledge of Allegiance. Approval of the August 5th minutes of the 2025 work session meeting. Approval of the August 5th, again, 2025 regular council meeting. The mayor's budget message. Ordinance amending fiscal year 2025 operating and debt service budget by adopting FY 2026 operating and debt service budget, whatever that means. The consent agenda items are not for discussion by council or the public. Just vote by council. If discussion is requested by council, item must be pulled from the consent agenda and discussed after the vote of the remaining consent items. One of those things, Barganier Davis Williams Architects, $486,467 for something. Community Center, okay. Crump Community Center and Sheridan Heights Community Centers, okay. Robinson and Associates, $103,054. Demolition of 1611 Northgate. $70,341 goes to demolition of 364 Thornton Road. Key West Enterprises, Quest Enterprises LLC, $53,000. EMA generator replacement. Chester Pools, $325,000 for the Houston Hill Pool. I didn't know we still had a pool up there. Old Business, Ordinance rezoning 10.65 acres located at the southernmost end of Larkin Lane from R60, whatever that means, multifamily to residential. Rezoning 75 acres on the south side of Selma Highway, approximately 1,800 feet west of Felder Road, from I guess it's Agriculture 1 to residential agriculture zoning, whatever that means. New business. Review of Cooley Social Club, 930 Grove Street, sponsored by Councilor Johnson. Ordinance suspending rules of procedure, ordinance, whatever, to change time of December 16th, 2025 council meeting and work session. Resolution appointing Alice Novak as a temporary museum director. You mean they finally got that one together? Application for a conference center by Marnita Palmer Wright, doing business as Hidden Gems at 3758 Norman Bridge Road. Application for a business license by Linnell Light, doing business as Taste Tour Experience in Pike Road, Alabama. Number 13, application for a restaurant retail liquor license by Boyd's 313 Restaurant and Lounge, doing business as Boyd's 313 Eastdale Mall, unit number F13. Application for a liquor retail license. We see a lot of liquor licenses around there. Class 2 package license by East Boulevard LLC, doing business as Payless Tobacco and Beverage, 720 Eastern Boulevard Road. Okay, so that's what we're doing there. Let me get something else over here right quick. Okay, I got a couple more things and then we'll be done. Okay, let me see here now. What else is going on? Number 18, application for special retail, more than 30 days, licensed by MDJ Tipping Point LLC, doing business as Tipping Point, from out in the Hampstead's High Street. Resolution appointing Angela Hurst to the Board of Trustees, Montgomery City Council Public Library, by Councilor Calhoun, replacing Shekinah Calhoun. Shekinah don't live here anymore. Number 20, resolution assessing the cost of demolition of unsafe structures at various locations pursuant to section 11-53B-1, blah, 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 blah. Number 21, pursuant to 1153, authorization for 932 Hutchinson Street. I guess they're going to destroy. Resolution declaring public nuisances, authorizing immediate abatement and assessing costs of abatement of public nuisances of various lots pursuant to Chapter 12 of the Code of Ordinances. And so not anything controversial on there today. We give a lot of we sure get a lot of liquor licenses out there. That's a lot of drinking going on around here. No wonder we all lost. A lot of drinking going on. Is there any business up there where we don't have liquor license involved with it? Anyway, that's a whole different story. So anyway, that's what's going on at the city council. The city council doesn't look like it's got much of anything big time. Nothing. A lot of money going out to people, but bargain every day was $486. That's $500,000 almost. So I guess we'll just leave that alone. Leave them folks alone over there. But other than that, though, nothing controversial. I'm going to go down there and make some controversy one of these days. Anyway, so I guess that's it. I guess we all are happy today. So let me see now. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take care of that. Okay. All right, then. Well, listen, I guess I got to go because my time is up. So I thank you for yours, and it's 9 o'clock yet? Really? Well, not quite 9 o'clock yet, I don't think. Okay, pretty much it's almost 9 o'clock. Okay, so remember, just remember this. Okay, just remember this. Strength does not come from falling down. It comes from getting up every time we do. So my question to you guys is always keep getting up. Have a great day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Good Lord says the same. If not, well, remember I came this way. We'll see you. Have a great day.